Graham, what were you saying about some eat anime?
It's an anime that's just come out that's like a very relatively popular manga, but they've chosen an English title so they can call it D&D effectively.
Right.
Hmm.
It's like Diners and Dungeons or something like
So it's not cooking in dungeon. It's a different thing,
Dine
not the same.
dining in dungeons.
yeah, something like that. But it was like they chose there were so many better versions of it that I saw people posting, and I'm like, God damn it!
So,
No
who
one
remembers
can, Joseph.
what
Don't
happened?
ask.
I kind of can.
Oh my god, what's wrong with you?
James, what happened
Delicious in Dungeon is what they've called it.
A mayor killed the person who we spent the last how many sessions trying to get to meet.
None of us
So-
looked behind the door he told us not to.
Because we believed him, and because we spent how many sessions trying to meet him, and then a mayor just went, "Fuck this, flip the table." So fuck a mayor.
Technically, that's Fireball's fault.
Everything is Fireball's fault.
Speaking of Fireball, he's gone back to his own crystal sphere.
Fucking running out on me.
True.
Someday I'll kill that Fireball.
We also found out that the guy who killed the sun god is also like Colt's quarry type, suspect.
And shockingly,
Is
they
teamed up
were
with the mayor.
aligned with him, eh? So everyone was
were, but-
shocked by that, right?
Which
Well, hey,
No.
Amer's not on his team. Amer just sold him a knife on Craigslist.
fucking Craigslist, god killing knife on Craigslist.
God, it's he has a reference that no one's gonna get because it's only Andrew. It's like that guy from Metal Gear Solid 4 who's the gun runner. He sells stuff to Snake, but he also sells stuff to the bad guys. And
Definitely know
Hmm.
exactly what you're talking about.
everyone
I don't
loves,
know what's a Metal Gear Solid.
Everyone
Is
loves.
it that? Is that pachinko machine game that like they keep putting out?
Currently, yes. Metal Gear Solid is the
And-
game that
Anyway,
they're releasing with the graphics that they released in a pachinko machine about
Mm.
6 or 7 years ago.
Yeah,
Also-
it's a gambling game.
Also, going back to the campaign, Fume's wedding is a thing that's incoming, and oh yeah, one other little thing we probably should talk to the government at some point, but
About, saving the universe.
fucking anything, I don't know.
You know, if we just handed over all our artifacts to like a government, could we just go and live a happy life somewhere and not have to deal with the end of the world?
I mean, Colt on his own personally would rather have the peace of mind of knowing that the universe isn't just gonna stop.
Okay.
You could hand over all your artifacts to the government, because technically, you guys, a really long time ago, did accept a contract to be like, hey, from the government saying, hey, can you go hunt down artifacts and bring them to us? Like,
mean,
you
Co-
could cash
Colt-
in, and
Colt
then
would just be
retire.
like, tough. This one has to choose you. Regarding the saber.
I mean, they don't really want to use it personally. They want to jam it in a machine, and then just leave it.
Because we're jamming.
But yeah,
I would
so-
like jamming too.
So Colt wants
Yeah.
to, now that we know who the fuck did we get his name? I'm going through my notes. Did we get the guy's name?
Who?
The one who killed the sun god, the one who killed Colt's father figure.
I don't believe.
They look like an evil him, and they're from a different crystal sphere, to my understanding.
I
They are
don't.
not from a different crystal sphere.
I don't think that a mayor told us their name. We could probably ask.
Also, yeah, Fireball is gone and leaves to do Fireball things. I mean, do you ask him, eh?
One second, I'm reading my notes.
I mean,
Um,
that's the perfect place to just say yes.
Yes.
Sure.
Because then you don't have to search your notes. He just tells you.
Colt doesn't want to talk to her. He'll get TQ to do it.
Okay.
He's doing the really childish. I'm not talking to them.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But you robot man, you robot man, you talk to them all the time. You get the information. What's their name?
Uh, she just says is Colt. Their name's Colt. They're from the Shadowfell, and they're you,
Oh, so
but
they're from
evil.
the Shadowfell, but they're also from the Shadowfell in a different crystal sphere.
No, same crystal sphere, just from the Shadowfell.
So Colt is like, well, there's no way that they're me then.
No,
Unless they're a changeling who's taken my name.
no, they're you. They're just you, but from the Shadowfell.
Well, they can't be. I'm me.
No. No, they're definitely
No,
you.
no, he's good. He's not wrong. He is him.
Yay, Sonia said I'm not wrong for a change.
No, it's definitely right here. It says that they're you, identical in every way except they're evil.
Except the difference.
Well,
I
they're gonna
mean-
they're going to be different in the sense that they have a black eye and I don't when I get a hold of them.
I mean, I guess.
I love how Colt is just shouting this to the air and Amaz
I mean,
is like
Amaz
responding
come
on a tannoy or something.
Amez come down from the ceiling.
Oh, okay, she's gremlined out of the ceiling. Yeah, I'm looking at my
I put
notes.
her
and
on the
there's-
map.
I'm looking at my notes, and there's just like 10 paragraphs about a guy who's dead.
Uh-huh.
So much information on a dead guy.
D&D, it'd be like that sometimes.
You do be like that sometimes.
Right, yeah, Colt's gonna think of his friends first and be like, yeah, Fume, how far's your wedding off?
I
Yeah, I didn't think you were gonna bring me in the conversation.
wait. Why am I in this conversation?
Fume, and then you
You're
just
the-
see Fume break. You see smoke come out of her ears, and
I don't
and
know what the date is. I haven't been able to go back to
down.
discuss it. I've been stuck here
No,
because
no.
I die if I go to where my fiance is.
No, that's
Oh,
been
God,
fixed.
Yeah, that,
Yeah.
Amez says that's been fixed for like a while.
Yeah, but we
I
don't
did
trust
tell
you.
you. Oh,
No, you didn't.
I could have sworn I emailed you. At
Nope.
least texted.
I don't have a phone.
Fair enough. Well, it's fixed now. I definitely told you that because
I'm
that's
too
also
old
the
to learn how this new fangled technology works.
I definitely told you
yeah,
because
see
that's
Fume
also,
gets it.
that's also when I told you that I'd created the mind control nanobots. So like I definitely told you that I'd removed the nanobots.
You've
that
got mind control nanobots?
I love that.
This bitch has too much. This bitch has too much power.
Too many nanobots.
None of this should be
just
allowed.
like Fume has a 5-minute memory. It's great.
Like legitimately, if it's not like specifically about her fiance, Fume is like, oh, what's going on here? Did I break the universe a bit ago? Oh yeah, I'll just do the same thing again and it'll happen. Oh
And,
no.
like, but then it's just like, I'm gonna get married, and it's like, well, right, when's that gonna be? And it's like, ah.
Ben
mean,
is
How
gonna,
does time work?
Ben is
What you've
gonna
got, what
plot
you've
a
got to
plot
remember
to
is
go and
that
chat to people who are important to the government while you guys are doing this.
what you got to remember is that Fume did spend several hundred years trapped in a very small room, surrounded by people who had their prisoner.
Also, she then spent 150 years just with Sonia.
Yeah.
Yes,
It-
that's the only reason I remember your name. Keep forgetting Colt's name.
Spent 150 years. I can now remember your name, Sonia.
and now
You can
the
call me
thing,
whatever you want.
the thing that's most worrying is that Sonya came back relatively the same. So it's like, oh god, she was already that insane. Shit.
I mean, Sonia barely noticed the time go by. She was too interested in all the magic research that she got to learn.
I mean,
You all
just
haven't
elf
even
things
noticed
at that
Fume.
point, right?
Yeah, I all haven't even noticed Fume's agoraphobia. So much fear of those open spaces.
No, I've not noticed that.
That's because
Nope.
she doesn't have it. I'm just making jokes.
I can imagine Fume is pretty claustrophobic.
Yeah. There's a reason. The ring's okay though, because it's a massive space inside.
Yeah. But I imagine just the feeling of being trapped in a small place would scare Fume.
Or she's in a weird space where it's like she's claustrophobic, but is comforted by being in closed spaces. So she
It's a weird dichotomy.
yeah, likes it, but fucking hates it. So yeah, what's going on?
I
Ben
mean,
is flying
if we
to...
don't, if we don't,
If
we
you
don't have
guys don't tell Ben anything other than where he's gonna fly to, he's gonna fly towards the plot.
well, I'll see you guys later. Now that I can go, I'm gonna go check what we've set as a date. Bye.
okay, that is happening. Meanwhile, Colt well, Colt will wait until we get a date for the wedding first, because he doesn't want to step on the toes of Fume and that boat.
Okay, before we
Colt is going to ask TQ, could you maybe try using the divination thing to home in on that other me from the Shadowfell and basically keep an eye on them if they start doing any shenanigans?
I keep trying to search for him, but I keep getting linked back to you.
It is odd. I mean, yeah,
I'm not
genuine-
from the Shadowfell.
genuinely a problem he encounters is that when he tries to picture Colt, he just constantly goes to you. That is genuinely a big issue for him.
Not that cool. The divination orb shrugs back at him.
On the photo that we have, does he have the same gear as I do? Like the bear cloak and stuff like that?
No. He seems to be different from you in some ways.
Well, Colt gives the photo to TQ and says, use that as a sort of link if you can.
Like
If you work that way.
He's noticeably a bit weedier than you, and his scar goes the other way from the lightning that hit him.
His scar goes the other way. Any the fuck? It starts at the shoulder and goes down towards the elbow. It goes across his shoulders. What?
Yeah, no, it's on the opposite side of his body.
Oh, it's on his left arm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Colt was like, you can use this if this helps.
And
Obviously, that isn't really me.
his aesthetics are purple and not blue.
Yeah, so Colt
That's
will
a
give
shit
that to
lightning
TQ.
colour.
How dare you insult the what the fuck? The Archon of Lightning from Genshin?
Don't bring up
Is that-
Genshin.
Is that the reference you're making with that?
No.
What's a Genshin?
Good.
I don't know. It apparently does
just
mean
the fir-
something though.
That's just the
Gen-
first. That's
it
just the first thing I thought of when I thought of purple lightning. There's yellow lightning, purple lightning, and blue lightning. Those are the.
I mean,
flavors.
when I think of Purple Lightning, I think of Raiden from Street Fighter.
Sure, you. Like,
still think of
how
blue
dare you
for him.
insult? How dare
No,
you?
it's purple in certain instances, with blue in others.
How dare you insult Boruto Kakashi?
I don't give a shit.
I don't know anything about Naruto's Boruto's dad's son.
God,
Kakashi
I've just
eventually
seen
gives
that
up
now.
his
Don't like it.
blue Chidori and he goes over to a purple
What's
one.
what's a Kakashi?
He's a cool character.
He likes to read porn around kids.
Fucking pedo.
No, he's not. He doesn't like the kids. He just likes reading porn around them. Which
That was
doesn't make
certainly-
him a pedo.
I mean,
it
makes me
him a
think he's a wrong'un.
deviant.
It's still wrong.
It's
and also
certainly
that
a
was
wrong'un.
certainly a
Yeah.
sentence. That was also certainly a sentence.
That it's being
True.
recorded for posterity on the internet.
Yep.
Accurate.
And this
Anyway.
is how Joseph
Anyway.
struggles to get us to do the plot.
It really is.
I've literally teleported out of the plot. I'll see you guys after this session's done.
It's fine. We're gonna cut over to you if.
Damn it!
Yeah,
Yes.
go on, while Colt is
Now you're
trying to
by
home in
yourself.
on- Sure, while Colt is trying to home in on the
Colt-
evil
Colt's gonna
him.
try and do that. What's Son? You gonna do anything during this period of travel?
What do I have to do to make it so that you focus solely on Fume?
Uh,
You could help Colt.
I help
You could-
Colt.
you could help Cole. You could actively sabotage the ship so it goes slower, and then for plot, like it wouldn't make any sense in universe, but it would mean I'd have to spend more time on Fume if you went to sabotage the engine.
I mean, realistically, what Sonya would actually be doing would probably be whatever Colt is doing, she'd be discussing with him and Ben, like in the lead up to the thing that she's essentially set up.
God, which one of the things that
Like
you've
the
set
big
up are you
meeting.
talking about? All right, okay. In which case, Ben's like, okay, yeah, we gotta go talk to like a bunch of officials and then do stuff for them so that they can convince their governments to help us. Is probably the best way of doing this.
And Colt is just not listening. He's like, God slaying version of me from the Shadowfell out there. I gotta deck him in the schnoz.
Yeah, we're both talking to you, but you're not taking it in.
Cool. Anyway, well, while that's going on, Fume, we'll cut over to you doing your thing. So, Fume, you
What is my
arrive
thing?
back on Bethany's lair. What do you want to
Uh,
do?
I attempt to avoid notice just in case people are still incredibly mad at me.
No, no, no. In fact, you do see signs up saying anyone who harms this person and then your face is executed immediately on pain of death. And those signs are plastered like everywhere.
I like check out my likeness versus the poster.
It's pretty close. It's pretty close.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Is it at least flattering in the way that it's different?
Yeah. It looks like a bit nice. It you know.
I'm gonna start carrying one of the posters around, just like hiding behind it. In the most Pink Panther way possible.
Everyone watches you as you walk up the street, hiding behind a picture of yourself.
You constantly you offer people to sign your wanted posters. Like, no, it's not a wanted poster. It's a no, not that sounds real nasty. And then the person runs off.
But yeah, I will make my way to go and find Bethany, the love of my life.
You can do that pretty easily. You sort of notice that like you kind of just know the way you're going. Like all the streets and stuff seem to lead you towards Bethany. It is
Wow.
if it is as if the geometry of this place is rearranging itself to make it easier for you to get to her.
Man, if only every place did that.
Uh, But yeah, eventually, not really even knowing where you're going, you just end up wandering practically right up to sort of the palacey bit. And you can just sort of enter.
After like enter see Bethany for the first time in a week or so since we've been separated by like the evil machinations of that dastardly monster.
She's currently facing away from the door, like currently like installing another giant evil throne next to hers. It's like,
I attempt to sneak up on her through the noise.
Where'd you get
She's
a
like-
power drill from?
no, it's operated by like small demons that I have just running around a wheel inside it.
And
The
it's
zingy noise.
a demon on the end holding the metal bit, just spinning.
The noise you're hearing is the one on the end being sick and the one inside screaming being covered in sick.
My
Perfect.
attempts at stealth are very bad. I knock over some things on my way in.
You knock over several things, and she turns around and like sees you. Actually, hang on. Roll me a D100.
I do not like the new setups dice roller that doesn't come in above other things if you've got them active. That's either
Uh,
very good or very bad.
you knock over a jar and you hear some like whales and little weird ghosty images fly out of the jar. And Bethany turns around, not even seeming to notice that you've done that, and just rushes up to you for a hug.
Yeah, go in on this thing, and then after we've not seen each other, there's a fade to black at the moment, and we'll come back in about an hour.
No, I found it. Excellent. I found the Kung Fu Panda thing that Joseph may or may not have been referencing. Well, it's what was in my head.
I mean, that's just a very common trope in a lot of things. I think I've seen. It might have been me referencing that. It might have been me referencing like 15 other things where I've seen similar things happen.
15 other things that were being referenced by
So,
Kung Fu Panda,
What? No.
So, like-
an amazingly referential movie.
true. But yeah, one of the main things that she would like to discuss is, after the fade to black, is when would you like to hold the wedding?
Yeah, I'm like, I forgot if we set a date for the wedding, and people were asking me, and I couldn't remember because I really have no memory unless it's like, about your eyes or something. Just weird, like, stupid shit.
Oh, she blushes at that. But
The social awkwardness of Hume, who did not talk to people for several hundred years, is making her ramble.
she will just be like, because everything seems to be coming to ready and stuff. Like everything seems pretty good.
If you
So-
want to pick a date, and I will make sure everyone is here and knows about it, except
Sure.
for Fireball, who I was hoping to be part of the ceremony, who seems to have like disappeared to a different dimension.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah,
We can still send him an invite. How about we set it for like
I was planning on eating him as part of the ceremony.
uh
Can I just say I
we'll
hate
get
how
you some other entrees.
I hate how relatable it is for the idea of like, please could you pick a date? I'll do everything else, but just you make the thing that's an actual decision.
Yeah.
She's like, okay, we'll say like 2 weeks from now. That should give everybody like time to get here.
Okay.
Who's
Let's
more
send all
likely-
those invites 2 weeks from today. Did you get the dress choices?
Yeah, she did. She really likes the one you picked out for her. She's not too bothered with her dress, so is pretty happy for like the one you picked.
Nude it is.
Why does Sonia's voice keep appearing in my head, suggesting lewder and lewder things?
It's because you spent 150 years with her.
I think she's replaced my inner monologue.
Your inner monologue is just Sonia now.
And then you have
Yeah.
the worrying thing of like, wait, so is that actually she
But
has
she
replaced
can message
it,
me in my
or-
brain, so like, oh god, how will I ever know if it's real or not?
The chaos is spreading.
So like it dawns on you that you might be going insane and
I might have
probably
gone
have
insane.
gone insane. But aside from that, a date's been picked for your wedding, like 2 weeks from today.
I think I was meant to be doing something later, but I've forgotten. Like, just I can't remember non-important things when I'm around you.
Bethany's just
Do you
like,
want-
have you saved the universe yet?
Yeah, that is ending.
No, I haven't, and I don't really know how. I think there was something about that was happening, but I can't remember.
Do you want to go ask your friends about it?
Ah,
I mean, I'm sure if it was important, I'd remember.
they usually like just talk a lot and I zone out.
Yeah, I do that. Thanks, Sonia.
Bethany's like, Sonia's not here.
Stares at
who
his
w-
face and says that.
What?
Hmm.
Yeah, of course she's not. God.
Okay.
I should probably go back and check that I'm not insane and that they do know that we are doing something. I'll be back in like half an hour if I remember.
Okay.
I mean,
Bye.
it might be later than that. I don't know. It depends on if there is something going. I'll message.
Sure. See, like, call me or text me or whatever.
I don't have a phone.
Magically, psychically message me.
Got it. Got it.
Anyway,
I forgot our
do
rings could do that.
you want me to send you back to the friends?
Yeah, that would be great.
Sure. Uh, Hellfire appears in a circle around you,
Just the
flares
floor
up,
opens up and I drop through the floor. I'm like, ah!
flares up. You drop like big fiery hand reaches up, grabs you, and pulls you into the ground.
This is
And
not the most comfortable method of travel.
actually, no. You think it's very comfortable because it's Bethany's hand.
Oh, okay, sure then. That's
Very
fine.
true.
Yeah. That's like no issues there.
And then you guys will all see a giant fiery hand emerge from the
I
ground.
all I'm thinking to myself is the Steven Universe song of I just want to see you turn into a giant woman, a giant woman.
And carefully place down Fume before descending back into the ground. That's what you guys see.
Okay, wedding
After
date 2 weeks from today. That's the important info. I can't think of anything more important than that.
Nice.
Oh,
Noted.
that's soon.
Yes, we
Hey.
thought we might as well get it done soon before the universe ends.
True. Okay, how many invites
we
do
have
you
it-
need to hand out?
I think all the invites have currently already been sent and should be appearing with you soon.
Everyone's just
I don't know
like,
how
looking around
demonic
the room.
invites work. And I'm just assuming like little bits of like fire and brimstone appear and like little notes float down to you.
uh,
Little fire methods spawn in and just hand an envelope and then burst into flames? Question mark.
actually, what happens is, uh, about 5 minutes later, what will happen is, Sonia and Colt, you will notice a little. You'll either get if you are savvy with technology, you'll get an like email spreadsheet thing to fill out to say that you're coming to the wedding if you're bringing a +1, like what your dietary requirements are, stuff like that. But the
Okay, I'll ask. Does Colt have to roll to see if he's smart enough to figure out the electronic interface?
sure, give me a flat intelligence roll, Colt. You just about muddle through with the help of Sonya occasionally coming over and be like, oh yeah, it's this. But you started,
Dietary requirements. Yes.
yeah. Initially, you check all the boxes, and it's like you have all these allergies, and the Colt's like, oh no.
Okay,
Backpedal.
no to that one.
But yeah,
Cross it out. No.
you're starting to get the hang of this.
None.
You're starting to get the hang of this technology.
Everyone gets a +1, except Sonia, who gets like a +5.
But also you get the nice card that also arrives at the same sort of time, which is a little black and red rosebud will appear in your hands, and when you like try and examine it a bit more closely, it blooms, and inside the bloom of the flower there is information about the wedding.
Brick. Real nice.
You can roll an Arcana check to know more about the roses if you want.
Sure, that's a thing I do.
Sure. High rolls do sometimes happen. That's the Colt. You know what? I'm not going to lucky that away. I'm just going to
Colt.
let that stay.
Wait a minute.
Colt,
It is a rose. It did a thing.
Colt, you
oh
are
my god! Colt got a nat 20.
Holy shit!
You
Oh,
give
really? You're gonna
Colt
give
a
him
nat.
that?
Colt, initially you're like, you know, this looks pretty edible. And then you go and like you open your mouth to go and eat it, and then with Sonia like giving you the nat 20, you go, wait a minute, no, 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 I'm thinking of something else. Instead, if you turn the lights, once like this rose gets to a certain light level, it like bursts into flames and looks all pretty, and it usually has a message inside the flames as well. And I'm pretty sure it's also poisonous.
I'm gonna put that to one side for later.
A-
For when
and
it
or
does erupt.
and or may burst into flames inside your stomach because it's dark in there.
I've got another potent. Damn it, that's not as good as the other 3.
Oh.
Well worth it. Do I have to roll? Is him getting a nat 20 good enough?
I mean, you can roll if you want to. Colt technically hasn't explained stuff yet.
Yeah,
So-
but I like... No, I want Colt to explain it to me.
I mean, you'd probably see him like, and then you give, like, I don't know how you've given him the nat 20, but you don't know about it. But he's just like, oh no, wait, this is poisonous and it might burst into flames.
What I
So
did
I'm gonna
was...
put that down.
Since it's like all to do with seeing the future, Sunya knew you were gonna eat the poisonous thing, so secretly was like reading a book, and on the back cover of it, it's like famous poisons and how they were used. And Colt's about to put it in his mouth, and he looks at the book, and I was like, wait a minute. So technically, it's all on Colt.
Okay, then we'll just go, no, because this is gonna burst into flames later. You might do that in me, and I'm not keen on that. I'm gonna put this somewhere. Starts looking for somewhere to put it, but just say that out loud while right next to you.
Yeah.
Colt's assuming Sonya already knows.
Let's see what I would have got. Oh, that's garbage.
But you definitely would know about it.
Colt did way better.
Of course, like putting it in like a little vase, and he's like, "Hey, it's like fireball but a flower."
Oh. And then it explodes like, oh.
Woomph. Oh,
I mean, if you put it, you put it somewhere dark. Or turn the lights
not
off or something?
really. Not really. You'd probably put it like right next to where he's making the present,
Fair enough. Fair enough.
which will be like in the training room somewhere, which isn't flammable. There's enough demons in there spouting fire and shit everywhere. I'm sure it's fine.
Don't worry, Joseph. You'll get to explode someone later because Sonya would just like put it in a lapel. It's like, that's real nice.
Okay.
She'll
fair enough.
definitely go into a different lighted room at some point.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough. You'll eventually. Oh yeah, what are you gonna eat today?
I mean, Colt would be like, if anyone asks, Colt would be like, I could fix something up. I'm pretty sure I owed Discovery a meal anyway, so I'm probably gonna do that. Shall I make the roll?
You can go check the kitchen. There's a bunch of weird
Sure.
shit. There's a bunch of weird stuff in there. And it's all labeled by Discovery. With weird things that you don't understand. Like that it's roll me a. It would probably just be flat intelligence. Yeah, roll
Oh,
me a
God.
flat intelligence roll.
Would it be? Would it not? It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter because I have no intelligence proficiencies.
you'd probably need a specific feat for me to give you something on this, other than like stuff. But yeah,
Even.
you look at this, and it's Discovery's probably just written it in like a weird language, but it's that it must be food. Must
Yeah, Discovery.
God, I'm
surely.
trying my best to Google recipes made with eggs. They're all garbage.
No, they're
You,
not. Eggs are really good for everything.
Yeah, but it's all like egg-based food, not things that have egg in their mix. I was like, fucking Google,
Okay.
useless.
Like
Exactly,
cake.
it's not bringing up cake. It's bringing up fucking omelets and cutting an egg in half and putting it in things.
Discovery.
Yeah,
you
Discovery.
Goes to find Discovery.
you just see a little note on the desk in Discovery's lab saying, that Discovery is like out for a bit. I'll be back soon.
Where does Discovery go?
I mean, you could ask the same question of me sometimes.
Yeah, well, if you're with them, Colt would turn around and just be, where did Discovery... I was only going to ask Discovery because it seems to be their notes. I mean, if you can read it, what does it say?
Sonia, do you go check out the fridge?
Sure.
Roll me. Do you have the like linguist feat?
I don't believe so. I have
Then roll me-
all languages, but I don't have the linguist feat.
Roll me. I'll give you advantage for knowing every language.
Well, every language apart from all the weird ones, the alien ones of this universe.
Fair. I'll give you advantage simply because you know a ton of languages. Roll flat int with advantage.
Okay.
Can I call my character from the Wednesday game? They'd read it.
14.
That's so good. Yeah, you don't know much more than Colt got.
Nice.
You think it's a weird language that you've never seen before. But
I'm sure it's
it
fine.
looks like food.
Joseph, I'm now going to ask you for something because I want to make a note. What's the guy in the fridge called? I just want to say hi to him as I go in the fridge.
I think I gave him a name at some point, but I've forgotten.
Hi, fridge guy.
He's from now on I dub thee Tim.
There are those who call me Tim?
Ah, is he related to the god of magic? Jim?
Oh God.
It is no relation to Jim, but his name is Tim.
I would like to say that I do know a person who wandered around magic events every day, every time he played one, wearing the Tim the Enchanter hat.
Nice.
So yeah, Tim's just like, how do you do?
No, you're frozen. You're not meant to talk back.
Well, you've kept the fridge open so long. I'm starting to thaw out.
Well, stop it or you'll start multiplying again.
Okay. Can you close the fridge, please?
Okay. Can I get you anything?
Drink would be nice.
Okay.
Good.
Close this door.
You could say hi to my. Oh, okay.
Okay, I don't know what we have in that fridge, and I'm hesitant to start going making random stuff with it.
Got a lot of eggs.
I mean, there's definitely something that looks like eggs.
Don't we have like egg dishes like all over the freaking shop because of one of us has a madness?
I think
Yeah.
we're all kind of insane.
I mean, true. But
So-
a specific one that makes us make eggs.
Sonia does wake up. Well, she doesn't wake up. She sleepwalks without realizing it every night to the kitchen, and then just begins making eggs all night before sleepwalking back to bed, and then waking up in her bed not knowing that she's made eggs. And then
When you say make eggs,
Yeah.
Cole has an addiction to eggs, which causes him to just eat all the eggs he finds.
Which is great for
So-
tidying up.
It really is just a case of like, so every morning Colt wakes up and there's a ton of eggs just everywhere, and Colt eats them all and then puts the
he actually
away.
he actually goes. I tend to find that hard boiling them makes them really efficient for a mid training session snack. It's great. It's got protein and everything. I also eat the shell though, extra calcium.
On this ship, everyone's just like, yeah, that's pretty normal. A normal person walks in the room just like, what the fuck is happening?
A normal person walks in the room, has an egg in the shell, chucks it in the air, catches it in mouth, crunch, swallow.
I like the crunch.
I like the crunch.
Alright,
Lucky
cool. Since I've
fine.
managed to find
Yes.
something that made me laugh from Googling it, could you make me a chocolate depression cake?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I'll try.
Colt.
Oh, where am I looking?
Just in Discord.
Right, that.
It's just
Right,
chocolate
that.
cake. I don't know
Give-
why it's called depression cake.
Neither do I. Oh, that's why it's called. It's egg and dairy free. That's why it's called depression cake.
Oh god, that is depressing.
That is horrible.
Colt, roll
Okay.
roll
it
me a
looks
nature
nice.
roll to see if you can assemble the depressing cake.
You're making an egg-free cake with eggs.
And then give me a cooking utensils proficiency roll. The nature roll is determined if you pick the right ingredients.
Who needs real ingredients or correct ingredients?
So a 15 on the nature, 37 on the utensils. This boy is a good cook. Not
Yeah.
very smart though.
And now roll me 2d100s
Oh god.
and a d1000.
Oh god. Right. 2D100s. A 28 and a 58, and for the D1000, it's a. Oh, I know what this is.
You don't know which d1000 table I could be using. I do have
It's
several.
/wall 1 D1000. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's only 6:30. There's gotta be somewhere.
Unrecognized command. Shit.
There's gotta be
Do I need a
somewhere that
space?
delivers cool. Yes, you need a space between the /roll and the D1000. Oh, I really want cake
Or
now.
a space between the slash and the roll as well.
No, /roll space D1000.
1D1. But
It also helps, yes, if
42.
you remember
The
that
meaning of
one.
life.
Oh no! Cake! Cake is the meaning of life.
Take it the meaning of life.
Cake is the meaning of life.
Oh,
I'm glad we can all agree on that. So yeah, you make this cake. It's very a cake. It does cake things. It is cake. It
Ugh.
looks to be shareable by 9 people, or at least there's 9 equal slices of it.
I got carried away with the ingredients and I made too much. There
So-
should be enough here for everyone on the ship, though, at least.
Yeah, who wants a slice of Colt's delicious and definitely not weird in any way?
Depression cake.
I mean,
Yeah,
I made it.
depressing.
I probably should try first.
Yeah, let's on the count of 3.
Always try before you
Of
buy.
this- Out of all this random crap I found in the fridge.
Yeah, the chef needs to taste it, and the living garbage can needs to taste it.
Oh yeah, give it to the Terrask as well. I mean, the Terrask probably
I
wouldn't care.
I don't know. I'd rather risk me than Terry.
You'd rather die for Terry than.
Oh wait, Ben can't cast wish. I'll
Yeah.
try first. If I die, you're the one with the wishes, Sonia.
Mm-hmm.
Nom nom nom, DM.
Okay, you nom nom nom. And you rolled. Sorry, I'm getting a bunch of tables up.
Tables,
29,
tables, tables.
58, 24.
Tables.
Let's make sure we save a slice for Fume when she gets back. Oh wait, you're
Oh
already
yeah,
here.
definitely.
Yep.
that was Andrew's brain catching up.
Okay. Colt.
Yes.
You notice something. You feel a weird tingle in your fingers, like at the sort of end of your fingers.
Mm-hmm.
You can now sort of. It feels a bit weird at first. You can now control whether your You can now extend or retract your nails like a cat. If you wish.
Cool. He just does the whole fucking when this happened on that superhero satire episode of Family Guy when Meg gets exactly this and just like in, out, in, out, in, out. Like, okay, that's weird.
Fair enough.
Not
fair enough.
terrible.
Okay, there's
I'm
four.
waiting for the boat.
There's 4 places on Just Eat that deliver cake.
Talking about cake. And you notice that your skin becomes like scaly.
Mm-hmm.
You gain a +1 bonus to your AC.
Scaly.
Cool.
And
And
finally-
patches of scales.
The scales lightly cover your entire body. Although it's quite weird. If you weren't looking at it carefully, it might just look like you had a tattoo all across your body.
That's not so bad.
And also, arcane markings appear all over your body.
Do they do anything?
Oh wait, no, hang
Sonia,
on.
Sonia, this looks like your sort of thing.
Wait,
Like,
no,
this
hang
looks like
on.
the sort of thing that's in
I
your
didn't
book.
do it.
Wait, no. Sorry. I'm incorrect. I misremembered because I didn't check the number.
And then the
That
arcane
doesn't-
symbols vanish.
They do. Yeah, you realize the meaning of life but aren't able to tell anyone.
Ah.
So Colt knows the meaning of life, but you can't tell anyone.
Alright, my turn.
I mean,
Nom 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 nom
Colt already
nom.
had his. Yeah, Colt already had his own predisposition towards that question, and he's like, "Well, I guess I got to keep that to myself."
The real question is, why does realizing the meaning of life mean that you can't tell anyone about it? Is
Dun,
it
dun,
really
dun.
terrible, or is it really
Yeah,
nice?
well,
But if people learn about it, then it becomes really
Mm.
not nice.
It's an info hazard. Yeah.
Anyway,
I
Sonia.
imagine the problem with getting the answer to the meaning of life is that everyone would still interpret it different.
Yeah. True.
Sonia, do you eat a piece?
Of course.
Then do the same rolls.
What were they?
A 2d100,
100,
1d1000.
1d1000.
Jawohl. Bonk. Bonk. Nice. That's a nice number.
Oof.
Hey, Fume, here's a bit of cake. Colt made it.
Uh-huh.
Enjoy.
Made it out of whatever I could find in the fridge. Mind, might be a bit weird.
That's fine. Fume's gonna, like, Sonia's chowing down on the cake as she's giving it. So she's gonna see whatever the fuck happens to her.
Sonya,
Sonya, you
It's fun.
I mean, a couple of things happen.
You burst into
Uh,
flames.
you grow a tail. It's a prehensile, like, monkey tail.
Gonna be
You can use it to grab things and stuff.
cool.
You can now handle objects with it and things like that, if you so desire. Also, Sonya, uh, you get an eye. You get another eye, but it's like
On the end of your
exactly where you
tail.
no, it is exactly where your belly button is though, and so it's really uncomfortable. Like you're constantly like getting fabric in your eye from your shirt.
Uh-huh.
So, also, immediately after the eye forms on your navel, basically, you fall into an existential crisis for. Roll me 1d8.
I mean, you're gonna have to really try to find one she was already not experiencing.
For 8 days, you fade into an existential quandary filled with angst and self-loathing.
Yeah.
You recover in 8 days, and at which point you will be just always optimistic after that because you've never experienced anything as bad as this.
Yeah, basically the exact same thing has happened as Cold. Sonya's been reminded what the meaning of life is, and is depressed because she tries to put it out of her mind. Because realistically, the meaning of life in these universes is that there is literally no meaning because everything is infinite.
I don't know. Maybe the meaning of life maybe life has what meaning you give it.
Yeah,
Or
I know
it's
that.
all
That's how
big
Sonya comes back from it when she remembers that she is given meaning to her life. But the existential dread is remembering that literally nothing matters.
Also, the meaning of life in this universe is definitely it's all the big axolotl's plan. Everyone knows that. Life
That's not
has meaning.
meaning. That's like an
No.
explanation.
It's ascribed meaning by the big axolotl. Every living being it's all for a purpose, and it's the big axolotl's purpose. Just no one knows what that is.
Can you believe with two D100s and one D10,000, I actually managed to make the depression cake depress me.
You did.
Aptly named.
It literally made you depressed. All right, Phew.
Eat the cake.
Go.
Starts crying.
Do you eat the cake?
What are the two? How would you describe the two reactions of my teammates? Let's just say.
Colt looks like he has just discovered like some deeper truth about reality, so looks amazed.
And Sonya has remembered a deep truth of reality.
And Sonya basically bursts into tears and says that
mean,
she's
it's
worthless and has no meaning.
But the cake is
If-
delicious.
And I mean, if Colt gets like the meaning of reality, of life or whatever, and then Sonya bursts into tears, Colt would just be like trying to console Sonya and just be like, I know, but come on, it's not that bad.
No, it
We've all
really
got each other
is.
here.
So yeah, do you want to eat the cake?
You know what they say, ignorance is bliss.
Also, what happened is Sonya grew a tail as far as you can tell, and nothing else has happened because you can't really tell that Sonya's grown an eye anywhere else.
She grew a tail, was really happy, and then started crying.
Actually, no, you will notice that she got another eye because you basically see like a wet patch form in the middle of Sonya's like shirt.
Okay, I'm just going with like this cake seems to have moved them both to some sort of revelation, and I feel that like my ability to like forget things within 5 minutes means that even if I have a revelation, it can't affect me that badly. So I will try some cake.
Yay!
Yeah.
Sure. Roll 2d100.
Come on, goldfish brain.
Go
Sorry, what I
fish
need to roll?
brain.
2d100s and a d10,000.
And how do I roll a D1000? Is it / roll?
Space
Slash
1D 1000.
roll
10,000.
space 1d 1000.
No, yeah, 1000, not 10,000.
681.
681.
So we've had both ends of the emotional spectrum. Is Fume somehow gonna get the neutral one?
My D100 rolls were really low.
Oh, that's interesting. And
Wait, I've got an extra eye, don't I?
you do grow an eye. Secret, be secret. Okay, cool. Your extra eye appears like on your ankle.
Huh.
So
God, that would be
it-
horrible because we're constantly rubbing on your shoes.
Yeah, I mean yours is constantly rubbing on your shirt. Hers is constantly rubbing on her shoe.
If it's on my ankle, is it? I don't. I can wear short. I could wear like lower shoes. It's
True.
fine.
Yeah,
It is a bit disoriented to see from that angle.
it's a bit annoying, but you can now. I'll also give Sunya advantage on perception, and you advantage on perception, but only when your clothes allow your extra eyes to see.
Cool. I will always have my extra eye able to see.
Fucking crop top season go.
I mean, you could just cut out a small hole in your shirt.
Like a boob window.
But more for the belly button.
No, no,
Oh,
no,
okay.
Sonia,
Eye.
you misunderstood what I was saying. Cuts out boob windows.
No, like, but it's like the entire way down. So it's like a weird oval in your shirt. Like you might as well not be wearing a shirt anymore.
Yeah, but my arms get cold.
So you just wear sleeves?
The perfect outfit.
Well, other than that horrifying revelation.
What does my other number get me? My 5 or whatever it is.
You're 5.
You become
but-
5.
Oh no! Then my wedding is illegal.
We'll have to move to a different planet.
Oh, here it is. You get horns.
But she was always horny.
No, it's just externalized.
You acquire some wonderful horns.
What do these horns look like?
They are ram horns, and they grow from the top of your forehead. I will allow you to do 1d4 damage with a headbutt if you wish from now on.
I will forget I have horns continuously. Someone will have to remind me.
So you do have a headbutt attack now.
Sweet.
Also, it's really fitting that the like hyper vegan cake would give you this one. Okay, Fume.
Mm-hmm.
You now believe that eating any form of meat is a crime against nature.
I mean, that's fair. I do tend to, sustain myself on eating elementals.
That's true, but you ate the vegan cake and became vegan instantly.
Oh god.
I'm very lucky that elementals aren't meat.
It's true. You're-
Fire Elementals, the latest vegan diet.
You suddenly hold Colt's life in a much higher regard than before. You would never dream of eating Colt or Sonia.
I mean,
Fireball
not since
still-
that last time.
Fireball's still tasty.
I'm like, have you guys ever thought that, like, eating meat's terrible and we shouldn't be allowed to do it?
I mean, I do like to animate and make smart animals, so probably should not.
I mean, I kind of mix everything because points at self, feral, omnivore, mountain climber person.
Yeah,
I
but this
haven't
game
eaten
just made me
anything.
realise that, like, it's a horrible crime to, like, take the life of something in order to eat it.
Actually, Fume,
Eh,
roll
Again,
me.
Colt's trying to be nice, not say
Ro-
anything.
Fume. Roll me a. Give me. Like, you can either roll me cooking utensils intelligence, or you can give me a flat intelligence roll.
I mean, I don't think I have cooking utensils proficiency.
In which case, give me a flat intelligence roll.
Can I
Ah,
can I just say it? Like it 100% would be a thing. There definitely would be in like this kind of universe vegans who only eat. They don't eat like what Graham said with like fume eating fire elementals. Well, they're not meat. There'd definitely be people like that are like, no, that's fine, but don't eat meat.
I mean, true, but you definitely also get the flip of that as well, where it's like, oh yeah, meat's fine, but you can't eat elementals.
Yeah.
You definitely get people from every side of the coin. But yeah, no, you look at this a bit more finely, and you think that one of the things inside the depression cake was meat of some variety.
No
Fume.
wonder it's depressing.
uh-huh.
Well,
And now I
that's
hate
how
myself for eating this meat product.
And now you also have the depression from the cake.
Well, at least Colt's
I
happy.
mean-
Oh god, I have to kill myself.
I mean, Colt's not happy. The cake made you too sad, and he's like, "No."
Why would you use meat in this cake? What sort of monster would do that?
In my defense, I don't know what anything I was using was, but also,
It's funny that
Well,
that's
hey,
a
don't
fair
you-
question outside
why-
of what you
why
now
did-
believe.
outside of what you now believe, yes, that is a weird. That is a good question. Why did I do that?
Colt, you thought it wasn't meat. It didn't have the same texture meat normally
I mean,
has.
Points at the things. Fume, have you seen the labels on these things? I don't know what that is.
It's this is a cocoa bud, right? No, that's a small mammal's liver. Oh.
Well, I added like 10 of them in there.
What was it? Oh, I forgot the name. What are those fish people that you were telling me about
Kyoto.
Kotor.
on Wednesday? Yeah, it's the hide of one of those.
Oh no.
Somewhere there's been a new god's been created and they're very angry.
Oh God. Literally.
Oh no, the god of vegans.
The
It
god
makes
of
sense.
depression
No,
cake.
no one would want the domain of veganism.
And they're not just really pissed at Code, but they're just really pissed in general. Like, fuck, the god of vegans, damn it. Why?
They were
God.
created the god of vegans and they hate themselves for that.
God, it's horrible that our one viewer was vegan.
Fume is wandering away now in existential dread over having eaten meat cake. Meat cake that made her vegan.
Meat cake.
That's again a very fair thing.
Because,
That's
like,
entirely
I think if
fair.
you were given meat cake, you would be like, no, fuck this, I'm not eating meat again.
Oh, it's fair.
I may have also lost my trust in cake.
Let's just get Cole thinking though. Hey, Ahmed, you want some of this?
the Amer will be like, yeah, sure, I'll have a cup, I'll have a bit or two.
Hands are like a block.
She'll go for one. Num 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 num.
Gets depression.
Oh,
Fingers
nice.
crossed. Oh, what the fuck?
You notice
Gets depression.
Oh,
Gets depression.
roll the D10,000 and get another 79.
that would be
That would be incredible.
it would.
Do it. Roll the D1000.
Boo!
13.
One in
She-
1,000 chance, but still boo.
I wish she did get 79. I've just looked at what that would be. That'd be
Uh,
funny.
for the D100s, you notice a Meg gets giant dove wings on her back, and then when it happens again,
Oh no.
she
Yeah.
gets another pair of giant dove wings. So she has 4 sets of wings. She has a really fast fly speed, but also this is one of the few times you've seen a Meb like not really have proper coordination at all. Like
Nice.
it seems that she's not really used to having this many limbs, so she's sort of tripping over herself and like accidentally standing on her wings and stuff. And her wings are just like frantically flapping about while she doesn't really know what's going on. And 413 is she can wow.
She can walk
Okay.
on clouds.
She can walk on clouds, but
Mhm.
getting to them is a different story.
I did think. I'm just thinking it's kind of fitting that her getting that is the one that I said is the Doctor Bright one.
She
Yeah,
got
fuck trees, I climb clouds, motherfucker.
but also she just got the power of flight and then was given the ability to walk
Yeah, I
on
know.
clouds. So fucking redundant.
Oh, I
In
made
fact,
a
she was given
sense.
flight
Be not
twice.
afraid.
She was given flight twice and then the ability to walk clouds.
Be not afraid. Colt following behind. No, be very afraid. Run as fast as you can.
So yeah, you watch a mare behave like a bird that's been like grabbed by a small child and flail around for a bit until she finds her bearing.
Colt was just like, yes, sweet. Hehehe.
Her feathers going everywhere. She's like,
Not
yeah,
fun is it when, not fun is it when someone messes with you, is it?
it is weird, but I kind of like it.
Ah, well, at least someone's having fun. As she like falls through a door.
A person who looks like Ben, but is Ben simulacrum, walks in. It's
I'd
like,
say do you want, I'd say do you want some, but it kind of makes people weird. I made a weird thing.
we're all weird.
Ew.
You see a puddle on the floor that resembles Sonia. Because remember, she's a Morphus, so she just puddles.
She literally melts from depression.
Oh, come on, Sonia, pull yourself together. Tries to like get Sonia onto a chair and just falls on the floor again.
I just imagine you. It's like goopy liquid that you're just trying to shape into Sonia's form.
You put it on the chair.
Is it?
It splits over the two sides and then reforms back together. It's like, that didn't look right.
Yeah, Colt is like, oh god, this is nightmare fuel. Please, Sonia, come on, things can't be that bad. And I'm pretty sure I got the same thing that you did, the same knowledge. It's fine.
No, Colt. You know the meaning of life. You know that life has
Yes.
meaning, and you know
Yes.
exactly what it is. Sonia doesn't think life has meaning.
Yeah, but he thinks she got the same thing, and it's just having like a really bad reaction to it because it's Sonia. Like, oh no, now I know that. I wanted to find out myself, or something like that.
Fair enough. Also, Colt, you know the meaning of life is a truly wonderful, beautiful thing. Because it's to me, it's just all life was created by an axolotl so that it could just be happy. Just wanted some people to talk to. That is the meaning of life. You did it. You can tell no one.
I
If
know,
anyone
like,
finds out, they might not want to talk.
Colt can't say. Colt can't say to Sonia, you know it's all about the axolotl, and it's all about just togetherness and friends and things.
If you tell anyone, the axolotl gets super anxious that no one will ever want to speak to it. It gets anxiety.
Oh no, I don't want to give the axolotl anxiety. The one thing it can't regenerate from.
So
Ah,
you can't.
I
You
get it.
absolutely can't.
I know what the difference is. Colt got the meaning of this universe, and Sonia got the meaning of the multiverse.
Oh,
Does Ben want some then? Or the simulacrum at least?
sure, he'll take a chunk. Why not? I mean, he also, while eating the cake, he's just like, "See, I just came to say we've arrived."
Arrived where?
Joseph,
Is-
what would you say is the most destructive AoE spell?
I probably like
Meteor Swarm?
Meteor Swarm's definitely probably one of the most wide-reaching. The
Ravenous Void. That'll destroy a city.
scroll of the comet. Kill. I mean, just in all of D&D, killing wind. You just make a big wind that anything that gets touched by it dies, and it just spreads across a continent.
Yeah, but I don't want to nuke the ship.
You said most destructive.
Yeah, okay, most destructive in a small area.
Fireball?
Ah, that's boring.
Cone of cold?
That's way more boring.
Most destructive in a small area.
Prismatic
Psychic
spray?
Stream?
Prismatic spray is pretty chaotic.
Yeah.
No,
and
not
only
chaotic,
affects the cone.
destructive.
It's also pretty destructive. Disintegrate?
When you hit Colt with a prismatic spray, you did more damage to him than all the mobs in that encounter.
I know what I'll do.
You watch as Ben grows his simulacrum gets a second tail, but this one is it's not a dragon tail, but it is a lizard tail. And then you watch as his mouth sort of becomes like his mouth and nose kind of becomes a dog's mouth and nose. And he just thinks that's a bit weird. And then Ben Simulacrum has lost their name. Please name them. Hello?
I mean, Colt will probably go, "You okay, Ben? You seem to have gotten a bit more lizardy than before."
You alright, fake Ben?
Fake Ben.
Well, Colt named him Ben, so his new name is Ben. Nobody knows that he was Ben Oren's Simulacrum. His new full name is Ben.
Hume comes walking through with a placard that says "Meat is an unfathomable crime."
Then Sonia
also-
opens a gate to the black hole dimension.
Okay.
It's just as Terry was going to leap on and eat the cake, she opens and just like annihilates that part of the kitchen with the cake and then shuts it.
Right.
I will not have my child be depressed.
You could have disintegrated the cake.
No, I wanted something more destructive.
Oh, fair enough.
So there's just a hole in the kitchen now.
Yeah.
At this point, Colt is just not surprised. He's just like, "Pretty on brand for Sonia. She's upset."
Instead of using a spell, I made a new dimension.
Yep. Yep.
Meat is an
She's right, when she
unfathomable
gets
crime. We should stop using meat.
Colt is going to try to ignore that.
Let us persist on vegetables and elementals.
Lessons persist on other sentient life. It's the only way. Just not things made of meat specifically.
Exactly. Specifically, meat is the problem. Being murder is not the problem. Just ingesting meat is awful.
What about animals that predate on other animals?
If
Like
they
what you
produce
just-
meat, they are a problem. If they do not produce meat, they are fine.
And again,
not
there
engaged with
definitely
this.
would be people who religiously believe that.
Colt is just like, I'm not engaging with this. I'm too old-fashioned for this.
Uh,
I'm gonna go and go back to trying to find my doppelganger.
But
I'm like one hand with the sign, the other hand eating a sentient being that is an elemental. Just like,
no, Colt, you can't go back to that. Just think for a second, James. He just told us we arrived. We've arrived at the place
wait,
where
yeah.
it's all of the government people, and you're currently the person who is most talkable.
a person
Ah.
appears.
Ah. Hi.
You have literally no clue where they came from, but they look angry and they pull out and they just really want to kill.
What? Okay.
I really want to kill.
Get decked, I guess.
Yeah, they appear out of nowhere and they immediately throw a punch at Colt.
killing is morally fine. Just eating the thing you killed is the
Literally,
problem.
literally before you know what's going on.
Oh, few advocates for hunting
That
rare
doesn't
animals,
hit.
just not eating them.
Exactly. The only problem I have is with the eating part because that's the weird thing I rolled.
So this guy spawns in, takes a swing. Colt just catches the fist and is like, "Okay, who are you?
They
By the way, with punches like that, you're not gonna get very far."
they seem pretty rotted.
Rotted.
Yeah,
And
they're
I think
quite
they give no. Yeah.
they're quite zombie-like or skeleton-y. But they do like you can make out words. They are saying things, but the things they're saying are just like they're just saying die and please die and then screaming and then they throw punches wildly at you with
Oh god, this is a revenant, isn't it?
nearly no chance of killing you, but you know. You hit
Uppercut.
you bonk them once and they fall down and turn to dust.
So is that the welcoming party to this government place? Says to Ben.
No, don't know what the fuck that was.
Good, cause I wasn't impressed.
That was just a thing that occurred. Certainly was. What was that? And then
That was really valid and just would not listen to reason. When it went down easy. Probably have to look into that later, to be fair. But it can wait.
It had so many hit points. It had 11.
Ooh!
It was so powerful. But yeah, someone boards the ship and is just like you hear chatting from the main room.
So, pointing at the simulacrum, when Ben, did you say that this is the government place where we're supposed to have like sort of a meeting on what the hell we're doing with all these artifacts?
We're not I mean, we need to arrange that meeting, but before we do that meeting, we need to have the actual governments on our side so they agree with us.
Okay.
So here's the plan. We're gonna go to a bunch of governments, try and get their officials generally on our side, or get on the same page with them at least, so we know who we're talking against. And
Cool.
ideally align anyone who's not. Currently, we're at the Lithonian embassy.
Colt is like in his head just thinking, this is not my strong suit. But he's just like, okay. As long as we're doing this as a team, I'm not just doing it on my own.
And
Team.
then from just outside the door, you hear, okay, and so these are the people who will convince you of like all the things I just said, so that we can like put the universe back together, but like not really alter it, and then you know, not use the artifacts for our own personal gain, because you know. and then opens door, and this person steps in, and they're like, "Hello, lovely," and then they just take in the situation. There's Colt, a man who currently has a small amount of egg running down his chest. Sonia, who is a puddle, crying. Fume, who's currently wearing a shirt that says, like, meat is murder on it or something.
No, no, murder's fine. Meat is an existential horror.
Yeah, meat is an existential horror. A mayor who is
Also,
currently
Cole.
a mayor who is currently a confused pigeon.
Yeah, Joseph, just add that circle I made to the map layer.
And also, that's interesting.
Oh god, I don't like hearing that. What does that mean?
No, I just can't select the circle.
Oh god, it is a
Okay.
black hole.
Wait, no, I've done it. I've done it. There you go. It's on the map layer.
Oh.
But yeah,
Ben walks in
The
and just
newcomer.
sees there's a hole in the ship.
and Ben's just like, "Wait, why is there a hole in my ship?" And they're like, "Why is there a hole in your ship?" And I mean, that's supposed to be there. It's decorative. So at one point, someone hacked the electrical system, so we needed a window, and that's our window. It's
Cool to
very
try.
high tech, and there's a barrier there. It's very good. Don't poke it. It's a brand new window. We wouldn't want to destabilize the force field.
Yeah, so
Chicky
Colt will try to notice that and try to defuse the situation by being like, "Oh, we take this into one of the ship's many proper dedicated meeting rooms. After all, this is a kitchen, and also a couple of my colleagues appear to have recently eaten some that isn't agreeing with them very well, so they're not quite well. I hope you understand."
Yeah. Food poisoning can be weird.
Especially with, like, food made out of stuff from other planets.
True.
I'm gonna be generous to James, and give Ben the reminder of this might be a good time to press that emergency button to call other Sonia.
Sure. They will call other Sonia.
Who will appear with a mop and mop up Sonia, and then just like squeeze the mop into a jar, and then attach the jar to her waist. All right, what's going on?
You notice the jar occasionally leaking some tears.
Oh, she's a sad jar.
It's a sad jar. There are also 3 eyes floating around inside the jar.
But to other Sonia. Sonia, this person is from the
The Lithuanian government.
If I could comment.
I like that better.
Lithuanians.
Yeah.
They're a representative.
Okay.
Right, so if we move this into like one of their we don't have to move like the characters, but if we move it in like a proper meeting room, the court was like, so what? Anyway, so I'm Colt. What's your name, sir?
She says her name is Linda. Hello.
Nice to meet you, Linda. So, what have you been privy to with regards to like how we've been operating so far?
I not like. I was informed that you guys had gathered some artifacts and wanted to make some level of peace with the universe and like save everyone.
I mean
That's the general-
that's the general gist of it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Peace and not everyone dying.
But I'm more intrigued by what you want to do with the artifacts afterwards.
Well, me personally, I just want to lock them all away. Nobody should have that kind of power. Use them to fix what was destroyed when they were separated, and then use them to seal them away so that no one can access them. Just let them tick away and keep the universe spinning. Lest in like centuries, maybe millennia, maybe way long after all we're gone, some other idiot civilization will get the same idea and start this whole jazz all over again. Maybe
Uh,
not.
she says
That's my intention.
that is exactly why I wanted to speak to you guys. I agree. I think we should just seal the artifacts away once we're done fixing the universe, and so no one will ever be able to access them again. But my government disagrees. I was hoping you guys could help me with that.
Fume also disagrees.
I mean, I just feel that they would be really useful to be kept around, just in case you need to do something ever again.
Plus, you could get rid of meat with them.
Oh yeah, we could replace all that disgusting meat with
How
like
about, how about
nice
no? 'Cause
things,
that would
like
get rid of
elemental
me.
energy.
How about no? Because that would get rid of me. Or, what best case scenario, turn me into a lightning elemental. I like me the way I am. Thanks.
I like my meat.
Yeah,
Though.
we should. You would be much better as a lightning elemental.
She's partially open to the idea of like we could create some sort of like exceedingly difficult like obstacle in order to get to them, but it would have to be something that like the whole galactic community would agree on before you would even have access.
Which will never happen.
Yeah.
It
So it's like
it sounds like
only
something.
only gonna happen if like the entire universe would be destroyed, and then you can have access to them, but only if it's to save the universe. You know, I'm open to some sort of system like that, but I feel they should just be locked away for basically ever.
I mean, this is probably my narrow view, making me come across as ignorant or arrogant or ill-informed. But isn't that what we have powerful warriors for? Isn't that what we have? Isn't that what we have heroes for? Isn't that what we have like magic items and spells and magic and all of that sort of stuff for? To do exactly that.
You make
We
a good
have
point.
we have encountered many ridiculously powerful creatures on our travels in these searches, and that includes ourselves as well. Surely, if we collected all the artifacts, merged them back together, and locked them away, that kind of proves that the very creatures that could do that can also do the job of stopping anything that would try to destroy the universe.
Yeah, I mean it's a reasonable point. Having people that strong around does tend to help. But yeah, I need you guys to majorly convince a couple of people just to sway some political power my way.
Ah, so we're doing vote rigging.
No,
Uh,
that doesn't sound ethical.
No, I need you to go convince 3 politicians to agree with me.
Are these like politicians that are representative of the other governments that aren't Lithuanian, or are these like bad eggs in the Lithuanian side?
The Lithuanian officials who believe that the universe. Well, the official position of the government by majority vote is that we should use the artifacts to gain more power once the war's all over for the betterment of the galactic community. I
That is
think,
exactly what shouldn't happen.
yeah, I think we should seal them away. So I need you to go convince some of the key opposition members
We need
to
to
agree with us.
remove those opposition.
No. To be clear, I did not come here to hire you guys as assassins.
Okay, be clear about that because a lot of people do seem to try and do that.
Yeah, that was that was actually a point that I made about. Let's say a rival of yours. That they're the only ones who hasn't asked us to kill yet. You're number 2 that hasn't asked us to kill.
I need you to convince 3 people, and if you get all three of them, that should give me enough power in the
Enough
parliament
sway.
to hopefully change the opinion of our government, so we'll be more committed to this plan. I need you to convince Colin and Thekatros and Global.
Would be a global in there, wouldn't there?
There would be.
Question with regards to the other governments of like the other worlds and things. Are any of them on a similar sort of side to you? Are they opposed to this idea, or are they big time on top of that?
The official position of the other governments is everyone agrees that the galactic community should hold the artifacts, but nobody agrees with what we should do with them once we have all of them. The major players want some want the same thing, some want different things. Currently, the Lithonians want to use it for our own gain.
Okay, so we need to remove the opposition to make it easier for you to lock them away. Got it.
Or at least make them chill the hell out.
Yeah,
I could take on a champion appointed by them, kick his ass, and the win condition being you stop all this nonsense.
She says that she doesn't really care how you guys achieve them switching their allegiances.
I could convince them of the evils of meat eating and whatever you're after.
Could you also convince them of the evils of using artifacts to gain power beyond all other things, including yourself?
I'm pretty convincing.
Yeah.
I agree.
But part of the reason she selected those three is because each of them are dealing with unique issues that she thinks that you guys might be able to solve.
Hmm.
If you went and solved those, they would owe you a favor, and that favor might be enough to help me out.
That does sound more in line with my way of working. I could be down with that as long as the things that they want us to do aren't unethical as well.
They shouldn't be.
Any idea what these would entail, or is it a case of asking them that?
You'll have to go and ask them. Although,
Okay.
if you have your own methods of like changing their mind, that's also a thing you could pursue. But I leave it all in your hands for convincing those people. But yes, the Imperium really wants to maintain the status quo, so they kind of agree with us. Flore doesn't. We're not really sure what Flore wants. They've been pretty neutral, but I think they're on our side.
Might be waiting to see which way the winds are blowing and then jump on the winning boat. Maybe that's just a guess.
Landia.
I'm not super good at politics.
Landia also wants to maintain the status quo, but that's mostly because they're in a very advantageous position right now.
That's good to hear, I guess.
The
And what do you
Union,
mean advantageous position?
they're already exploiting a lot of their resources really well. They condone a lot of robot slavery to make sure their society keeps running the way it does.
Is it slavery if it's robots? How dare you! Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it depends if you give them a brain or not.
Jeez, Petril. Yeah, like
See,
them.
that is not good. That is bad.
So, yeah, they don't really want to change for that reason. The Imperium wants to keep expanding and is worried about other people getting their hands on that power and changing the Imperium's nature. So that's why they want to maintain the status quo. We're pretty divided as far as things are concerned. But
So that's why you need us to go after these three figureheads.
yeah. The Alliance and the Union both want to use them to remove suffering generally from the galaxy, similar to what the Dragon wants, but they were more willing to throw in with everybody else and let like the galactic community discuss what was going on
Yeah,
and what we should
that
do.
whole taking suffering away sounds nice, but to me it also sounds like one of those the roads to hell were paved with good intentions type scenarios where we don't know what's going to happen when we do that.
Although between you and
So I'd
me,
rather leave things the hell alone.
although between you and me, I think the Alliance and Union both just want to use them for their own ends.
Yeah, to hell with that. They'll get decked before they can even try. They'll need this for a start. Jangles the sword. Ain't nobody getting this. And without this, they're not going to get all that power.
Yeah. So, do you guys want to help? I'll pay.
Do we care about money anymore?
Oh, fair enough. Do you want to just go do it then?
I'm legitimately asking that. I'm not sure. I've been mainly focusing on like sorting out heaven for this person. Points at the bubbling jar.
Interesting. Do you want a manager? An accountant or something? To help with managing heaven, question mark?
I mean, that's kind of my job.
Fair enough.
You trying to take my job?
I mean, not really.
I know what I have a pretty good idea of what I'd want for this job, but I'm going to come and ask you about it after the job's done.
Sure, but I make no promises about, like, being able to give you anything that I haven't promised you now. But I'll try. I'll try my best with whatever you ask.
So how many people we're killing? Sorry.
I mean, hopefully not anybody.
You
We
cannot.
don't know anything. What do we know about these people? Are they like very stereotypical fat guy sat behind a desk type politicians, or are they like got military backgrounds or adventure backgrounds or anything like that? This
Colin's ruled his territory for a very long time, and he's inherited it as well.
it must be nice. Got it from my parents.
So he's not he's reasonably he's a reasonably nice man though. Anthekatros is part of a new up and coming region, and they produce a lot of food. They're
Sorry, what's his name again? Anthekatros.
Anthekatros.
He's an up and comer, yeah.
Yeah, he sort of established that colony and just rose to become its leader. Everyone respected them.
But from why? What did they do to earn that?
They're just very charismatic and well liked.
Good
They-
work ethic.
They helped manage the early colony and guided it through like harsh winters. They're very good at leading.
All right, if they've done if they've done stuff like that, then great.
And global's a nutcase. Don't know how.
Okay.
Don't know nearly anything about them. They're just insane.
Wow, those are some notes
Okay,
that
but-
I've made.
Yes, same.
Colin, old ruler, inherited. Anthekatros, new region, food production, respected. Global, nutcase.
Yeah, that pretty much the same as what I've just written.
Fair enough.
It looks like it sounds like we might have two easy, reasonable ones. That third guy, why was it the one where I went would be a global in there? He is the nutcase.
Yeah, nobody knows what goes on in
Might
that
just
head.
I might be able to loosen up a bit and maybe just give all of his strongest forces a bonk until he has no choice but to say, "Okay, you win." That's how I convince people.
He's he's
Set conditions for a trial and then meet those conditions.
he's normally very fickle, but he's been unusually stubborn about his who he's voting with.
And
So,
he's one of the ones trying to get more power out of these artifacts.
yeah.
Do any of
So
these people have any?
have any artifacts? No, 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 no.
That's
Nobody in any of the governments technically personally has artifact. Although a l- some select members of major representatives, such as myself, have access to the large stockpile we have where we've reassembled some of the machine.
good. Good to know. Just again, trying to know exactly what we're walking into. These
But
guys have anyone on their payroll that might be a problem?
I doubt they have anybody as powerful or experienced as any of you. Well, maybe
I
more
mean, you're
experienced,
not
but nowhere
wrong.
near as powerful. Like,
How
I
dare
mean, you're
you?
not
I'm
wrong,
like
but
a year old, maybe.
uh, okay, definitely more experienced, but nowhere near as powerful. If you're maybe a year old, is
Not
that
really.
normal for
Not
your species?
my species of Sunya. Yes, I think.
Oh, you're like a hive mind.
A hive mind that don't communicate.
Oh, uh, you just sort of stick together for survival.
No, actually, more likely, we spread across the multiverse.
So you're like spiders.
No, we're like a virus, a really hard to kill virus. But it's so, like. Have you ever seen Spider-Man?
So you are like spiders.
We're like the symbiote.
So you're
Sometimes good, sometimes bad.
so you're solitary hunters who have lots who like create a lot more of yourself, and then they all go off on their own and do their own thing. So you are all just spiders.
You know what? I'm just gonna say yes because I've
I,
lost
th-
the point of this conversation.
I think
Fair
Loth
enough.
is gonna sue. I think Loth is gonna sue.
Loth's gonna sue
Loth can
somebody.
fuck off.
True. We'll squish that spider.
So yeah, I guess I'll hand you their coordinates and some data pads on them. But
Alright, I think we should
Sure.
deal with the gerbil first.
if you want any reward, this is the first time I've asked people to do stuff and they've just been like, about the thing that they get for doing it.
I mean, like, yeah, it's nice getting things. Like, if you want to make us a custom-made thank you present, that would be nice.
Sure. Do you want
Some of us
like
are more worried about stopping the universe from ending and then, making sure no one ends the universe again after we're done.
Yeah, that thing.
cool? I'll make you a
When you're talking about stakes like that, reward kind of. Nah.
Just
Again, like I
remember
said,
us when
it depends on like. Yeah, sure, that sounds like a good idea.
just
What
think
Fuma
on us
said.
fondly in case some other crimes come to light after this whole thing's done.
got it. I'll organize some pardons for you guys.
That's a really good idea, actually.
Thanks.
This guy really wants
That's cool.
pardons. Points at Ben.
Actually, that's true. That's probably a good point. That's probably a good point to bring up as well.
Ben's like,
Court
yeah, I'll
reaches
take a
for-
pardon.
How many you
Court
got?
reaches for you. Colt reaches for his phone as well, and he's just because he's like, if we're going to be working together, this is probably a good point to bring up. Shows this one representative of the photo of the Shadowfell him, and it's like, we keep this above board under the table. This guy's going around with what you can probably tell is a very close approximation to my face, committing a lot of crimes. I'm currently hunting him down.
They just killed the god of
No.
the sun.
They what?
Again,
Yeah.
damn it, Sonia. Thanks. I wasn't going to tell them that.
What?
Hang on, I need to go
Don't
make.
worry. Don't worry. It's one of the things on our job list. What I
Don't
want you
worry,
to do is
the
make
god has died.
Why's it your god?
It's okay. I'm friends with one who's going to take the place. It's fine. And so, again, wasn't going to mention
What?
it. The thing I want you to worry about. Was it Linda?
She says, please call me Cassandra. Linda's my last.
Okay, Cassandra. What I want you to worry about is if any negative reports come up involving this person, it's not me. Okay.
If any
Okay.
negative reports come up about me, it might be me.
But will it be this you or another you?
There
We've had
is.
several. We've had a lot of reports of you.
I mean, as far as I'm aware, there's at least 3 me's in this universe. There might be more.
The one in the bathroom is fuming right now.
For me.
What? I don't even count.
You're not technically in this universe.
Yes, I am.
You're in
I'm
a-
stuck in this fucking mirror.
Yelling
Yeah.
down the corridors.
You get a video call from her, very angry. Just your phone rings, and it just the caller ID is bathroom Sonia.
So yeah, there's a lot of me. The one who is actually from this universe might be evil, but
I mean, you, but probably not either of you. That's weird. That's a weird sentence.
you get used to it.
Yeah, they donated some artifact that they had. That was nice.
Oh, that's
Of
good.
them.
See,
So, yeah, neat. Well, I
Right,
guess
so
I'll leave you guys
there's,
to it.
there's just like an
Again, well,
awkward
what?
silence, and then just Sonia walks over and hugs them. I was like, "Why are you hugging me?" Don't
the-
don't know. There was a weird
Oh.
silence.
What do you mean? Well, it sounds like we agree on something at least.
So what's with the giant hole?
I was protecting my son, the bottle Goebbels.
That's not inaccurate. You remember that food I said was made out of weird space stuff and it's given everyone food poisoning? Her child was going to eat it, so she made it go away.
The meat
And-
cake taught me that meat was evil.
Discovery's gonna walk in the room and be like, "Hey, I put some stuff in the fridge. I forgot to change the labels to a language people knew. I kind of invented my own language." But
Discovery, do you know that eating meat is evil?
I eat it a lot,
You should stop. It's a crime against nature.
but
I'm pretty sure Discovery needs to.
I'm a carnivore.
You do not need to. That's just you being weak.
But my biology requires me to eat
No, it
meat.
doesn't. Your biology, you can overcome your biology to eat wherever you want.
Don't tell Discovery that.
I mean, I can genetically alter myself to not just be able to
Exactly.
eat meat.
Discovery.
Think about how
Discovery, you are-
evil eating meat is. You should totally change your entire digestive system to allow you to not eat meat.
I think that's not a good plan.
Yeah, considering like Discovery has bad wisdom, Colt will like kneel down next to Discovery and just be like one hand on shoulder, just like you are under no obligation to eat what other people tell you to do. If you need a certain kind of sustenance, you seek that out.
The
You eat
meat
what you
cake
want
taught me that
as
meat
long as
was bad.
you eat what you want as long as you meet your required nutritional requirements and you work it off. Okay? Pat pat pat.
Oh yeah, I just create magic meat out of thin air. So actually learning how to create just food with
Colt's
magic is pretty easy.
Hell. Colt tries to be all wholesome and like give Destiny some sort of like life choice lesson, and Discovery's like, I just create magically made meat in thin air, and Colt's like, neat.
I-
God damn it.
It's not a very hard spell to learn. Like, you guys
Making
want
Whatever
without
works for you.
burgers even worse, you monster.
Is this magically made meat the stuff that I use to make a cake?
I mean, like, I put some of it in the fridge. I should change those labels to not Discovery language number 3.
Please
Without
do.
Even more disgusting. You disgust me, Discovery.
Okay, can I pause the game a second? Because my brain just exploded.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
If you
Yeah.
right click on your character token, there's now an open character sheet button.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh god, there is.
That's actually a good feature.
Wow. I
Roll
had not
20,
seen
you
that.
did it!
It doesn't load the sheet any faster though.
Yeah, but
It's a little bit faster because you only have to click your character token.
I have
It's slightly convenient.
my brain's just blown. It's like that's actually a good feature. Why are you not screaming to the high hills about it? Roll 20.
Roll20
No,
would
they-
never
they-
tell you about anything they do, Andrew.
Not the good stuff.
No, they
Alright,
Yeah,
you're allowed to recommence the game. My brain just was blown for a second.
anyway. It was a pleasure to meet you, Cassandra. It's nice to know that there's someone in the government that at least agrees with our whole just don't use them mentality.
Yeah. If you can
We'll go and have a word with these ne'er-do-wells.
Yeah. Also, I mean, even checking in on the governments that agree with us is probably a smart idea. Just because it might get them to. You might be able to solve problems to get them recommit more resources to the war, or a couple of other things. It's also
What
just
was
nice
the-
to have allies.
What was the robot slavery one? Lancia or something like that.
Landia.
Landia. It's just like, note to self. Take down Landia.
Okay, so
Uh,
Landia's
Landia-
on TKO's list, which is a nice change. He
because-
normally doesn't give a shit.
Also,
Because
Landia.
robot slavery.
Landia is one of the nations that actually agrees with the party that we should just maintain the status quo of the universe.
TKO, we can't just Please, TKO, I know that you're a war machine, but we can't just blow them up. They're on our side.
TKO like midway through downloading schematics for a nuke.
Maybe after the universe is
Oh,
We should
fixed.
remember. We should
You say
also
that.
destroy Mechanus.
You say that the loading bar stops, and then the actual body of TKO looks at Colt, and then the loading bar continues.
Yeah, remember we need to destroy Mechanus as well.
Why do you want to destroy a dimension?
I
Okay.
mean, the
Oh.
rest of us don't. I don't know why Fume keeps bringing this up.
Because they keep doing things to mess with us. They fucking tried to kill us or before.
I mean,
see.
yeah, but
They,
I don't think
they
that means that-
specifically tried to kill you, Colt.
I still think that was a misunderstanding. We should just go and speak to the people who sent them. And
We
if
should
they're still
freeze
assholes,
their entire dimension to death. Yes.
if they're still dicks and if they still attack us, fine. It's because self-defense. But I think it's a bit cowardly to just blow the place up.
I
we
don't
should
think
at
it's
least make sure-
cowardly. It's called self-defense.
So, new friend, you can see why, even though we're trying to do good, we're still very chaotic.
In need of pardons.
Yeah, I can
Need a
see
pardon.
you guys will definitely be my special guests and friends.
We're trying our best.
I'll leave you guys to go convince these people. I have faith. That's all. Have
That's
fun with that.
a nice thing for someone to have faith in us for once.
Um.
And then they will slowly start making their way.
Oh,
No,
that's
no,
a
no.
poopy
They
roll.
can't get through the door. There's a dog barking at them. Bark, bark,
Oh,
bark. Why is this
oh,
dog?
there's a dog barking here.
Bark, bark, bark.
They they'll just be like, whose dog is this?
Ah, Terry the Tarrasque.
Oh, it's a cute name. You called it the Tarrasque. That's adorable.
No,
Cute
it's an
dog.
actual Tarrasque.
What?
If you want any proof on the extent of our capabilities, that is a Tarrasque. But encountered a Sonya, so there you go. If you think
I've
what-
adopted
if-
it as my child.
yes,
Just like
Which of you-
Discovery.
Which of us do you love more, Mum?
Bark, 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 bark.
Why is Sonia making that noise?
Look, I love all of my children equally.
Aww, Discovery's very pleased with this answer.
Bark. You don't know whether or not Terry understands what's going on.
Definitely
might-
doesn't.
Terry might just be saying, "I'm hungry."
I mean,
Terry's
he definitely
always
is.
saying that he's hungry.
Definitely is. He Tarrasque is always hungry.
And
But
then,
yeah,
wh-
she
wh-
pulls out a little bit of food and hands it to Terry, at which point Terry loves this person
that-
more than any of you.
and then
Oh
instantly
God, keep your
forgets
palms
they
flat.
exist.
oh God, keep your palms flat.
Oh, she tosses it to him. She's not
Oh,
putting her hand anywhere near a Tarrasque.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
it's
God,
fine.
that was-
This person has now been allowed on the ship.
But yeah, they'll while that Terry's distracted with that, they'll head off.
And then as they're exiting the doors, a bat flies up to them and just whispers, "This is Halloween."
What?
Pumpkin scream.
It
in
ju-
the dead
it
of
just, like,
night. I've heard that song
Look,
too.
looks at the person and nods their head slowly. This is Halloween.
Fuck. What? It's not the weirdest thing I've seen on this ship. I've only been on it for like 10 seconds. They just leave.
Oh.
But yeah, Ben's like, alright, plotting a course.
Oh, Sen's trying their best to tell
which
people
one?
all the secrets of the universe and help them along, but
Oh, God. No, that would be so funny. Sen, the first Sen gets like one moment of lucidity, but it's with Colt. So they just try and divulge the meaning of life to Colt.
And
like,
Colt's
nah, I already know it.
know.
Yeah, he's like,
Could
oh,
be-
already know it, and
Colt's
then
just
Sen
like,
goes,
I know, right?
and then Sen immediately drops back into man.
This is Halloween.
Oh, he's back to doing that again.
Oh,
Oh, hopefully his little bat brain can figure it out at some point. Pat, pat, pat. So which one are we going at first?
I
The
still say we
point-
go after
point-
Gerbil.
or you can.
Well, you saying we do the insane one first?
Yes, because I feel like that's the one that might take the longest.
Yeah,
This
you
is
can.
fair.
you
Hey,
can-
does anyone have sending?
Ben raises his hand,
Give me a second. I need to get you to send something for me.
and
my ma-
also
My magic is
Uh,
significantly less than Odame. Well,
But
different.
also, a mare also raises a wing.
Yeah. So Ben, if you have sending, can you help me out here?
Ben's like, yeah, sure. What do you need?
Just need to send a message about what we're about to go do to Bethany, so that she doesn't get worried.
Sure.
Thank you.
This is why we have phones. You two should have special phone. Or beepers at least. Couples do beepers.
I mean, at any point, Fume can telepathically communicate through the rings. But
Yeah, I just
this is
wondered.
also a thing.
I feel that you're insulting me for my wanting to do this in a formal manner.
Yeah.
I'm
I
not.
feel like I feel like
I
putting
said this
in
is also a thing, a different thing to that.
yeah
but-
I'm putting in effort.
Yeah. Sandra's gonna write you guys the nicest thank you card.
I can't wait.
It's gonna be such a nice thank you. It's gonna be a fancy card as well.
At least
I-
one of the £4 ones.
Yeah.
I do remember actually. I've Jim just remembers. Hey Sonia, do you keep talking into my brain?
I don't.
Oh,
Maybe
I keep hearing you
Other
talking into
Sonia
my head.
does.
Yeah, the Sonia that's here right now is not the one you spent 100 years with.
Where's that one?
In the jar.
In the jar melted sad.
I'm gonna
That
go
sometimes leaks tears.
I'm gonna go take the jar and try and talk to the jar for a while.
It cries a lot.
Hey, we went through a lot of time problems together. Can you please pull yourself together? I need to talk to you.
I'll be fixed in 8 days.
Until then, we have Sonia Lacrum.
Yeah, who is actually the original, I think, and the one that everyone likes is the simulacrum, and you know it's not worth worrying about.
I'm just gonna tie the jar full of Sonia to the belt.
Fair enough.
From
Cold
one belt
streets
to
all-
another.
Colt treats all Sonias the same. It doesn't matter to him if they're a simulacrum or not.
But after 8 days, as
He's
soon
like,
as
you're Sonia, you're weird regardless.
After 8 days, Jarsonia will be permanently optimistic. Because nothing will ever be as bad as this depressive episode. This is the worst one. Ever.
It's just as bad as it gets.
So right
Yeah,
now,
so-
Sonia feels worse than anything else in all of existence.
Okay, so we've got. I'm gonna serve a Sonia in this one. We've got 2 votes for the nutcase.
Sure.
Any preference? Silence. I'm gonna take that as a no.
The mayor likes the look of Colin. No
Right, I'm not gonna-
reason why.
In that case, we're not going to speak to Colin.
Just
The mayor vote is a -1. Going once, going twice.
Insanity.
so
I take it we're going after the nutcase.
we're
Yeah.
going after Kerbal. Okay.
Yep, Joseph
Ben, roughly
Goebbels.
how long's that going to take then?
Like 4 days to get there.
Neat.
Yeah. Ben will set a course and start heading off. I think that's a reasonably good. I mean, actually, we can do the intervening flight time because I'm not sure that anything major is gonna happen during that.
Yeah, I'm literally like in the middle of typing something to you to ask a question
Yeah.
about that.
If anyone has anything they want to do over the course of the next 4 in-game days, message me or just tell me now.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make a note because we actually have a date for the wedding and we don't want to miss it.
True.
So
You do.
we know that 4 days have passed.
So you have 10 days until the wedding.
10 days remain. That's definitely a note that we need to make.
You're right.
Oh, good old Goebbels.
You'll love Goebbels. Goebbels has incredibly in-depth reasons for what he's doing. They're so Goebbels. it's a very Goebbels reason.
So, a good way to end this off is looking back at the episode title. Actually, was relevant for once.
True.
Oh
You
shit!
guys,
Joseph wants to advance the plot. He managed to advance the plot. Good job,
did.
Joseph.
I did. I just said the NPC that flies you around flies you there without any of you asking.
Congratulations! Congratulations!
And nobody stopped him, so it worked.
Yeah, I've ended the stream.